Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Daryl here. Hope you guys are having a great day today. Well, we've got something really unusual in the studio today. Let's jump in and check it out. So longtime subscribers to the channel know I love to feature smaller companies that don't have these massive marketing budgets. They can't go on these huge marketing blitzes, so it's harder for them to get their name out there and people to know about the product. So I love to feature companies like that. I also love to feature unique and interesting products that, I haven't seen before and probably many of you haven't seen before as well. So today, both of those things are coming together. We're going to feature a really small company that's making a really unique product. So these are the bipolar pickups, and the company is S&S Winding. Let's pull one of these babies apart and see what makes it so crazy. So here's a closer look at the bipolar pickup. Now, the first hint that this might not be, your typical Strat pickup is the amount of wires coming out of the pickup. The second thing is we've got a base plate on this pickup with that nice S logo for S&S Winding. Let's pull this thing apart and check it out. So I'm going to pull the base plate off, and I'm going to pull the cover off. Now, check this out. How cool is this? So I'm just going to pull these babies apart. There you go. This is your bipolar Strat pickup. Now, each one of these little mini pickups is its own single coil. So you can see it's got its individual wiring, so each one can be controlled independent of the other half. So that's what makes these pickups so incredible. And there's also another component that makes this all work. But yeah, basically you've got one mini single coil pickup and another mini single coil pickup. And then they kind of get held together like this. The base plate obviously holds both halves together, and then the cover goes on. So that's, really how unique this construction is. Let's talk about the other component that makes this unlike any other Strat pickup. So these are not 3 Stratocaster pickups. These are 6 Stratocaster pickups. Now the closest thing I've ever seen to anything like this were the G&L Z coils. Sorry, Z coils. Last time I said Z on the channel, somebody was like, what's your favorite band? ZZ Top? Fine, too Canadian. Z coils. Anyway, these pickups are built very different than those, but they did have kind of 2 offset pickup partitions or 2 sections or whatever. These are very different, but that's the closest thing I've ever seen to anything like this. But on to the point at hand, since we have 6 individual single coil pickups, we need some way to manage all of those and create some interesting tones. And thankfully the guys at S&S Winding came up with this. So this is the other half of the equation. This is the S&S Super Switch. So this takes all those mini single coils and puts them together in combinations you could not get otherwise. So this is the other part that, makes all of this work. It takes, half a pickup, combines it with another half from a totally different position for some serious unique tones. So I'm going to take a few minutes here, throw this into a Strat, then we're going to talk about what the Selector does, which half pickups get combined for these unique tones, and then if we have time, maybe we'll even compare against a straight Strat, so you can hear, if you have a project going on and you want something a little bit outside of the norm, if this would be a good fit for you guys. So anyway, I'm going to be back, we'll install this, and then we'll talk about what the Selector actually does and do some tones. All right, you guys, the pickups are installed and we are ready to rock. Now you may have noticed we just have 2 simple controls, a master volume and a master tone. Keeps things simple. This is usually the way the guys at S&S Winding will put the system together, and it does move the volume quite a bit further away from your strumming hand, which lots of people do hate about the Strat. So unfortunately I didn't have a guard that covered that, so you can see the hole, but very simplified controls, master volume, master tone. All right, you guys, now we need to talk about the pickup selector. This is what makes this system so incredible. The ability to mix and match different portions of your pickups into new sounds. So, neck position, what we have is the bass strings on your neck pickup and the treble strings on your middle pickup. What that does is kind of add some extra chime to your neck pickup, right? Instead of having, the sound coming from right over here, it's coming from right over here on your treble strings. Your bass strings remain untouched. So nice warm bass, little extra chime. Now, I have my cheat sheet with me because I'm not quite used to all the positions yet, but For position 4, what we have is these two pickups, but instead of, full pickups like a Strat, what we have is the bass string on the middle and the treble strings on the neck. So warms up that position 4 a little bit. Then in position 3, I'm just going to click over here, we have bass strings on the middle pickup and treble strings on the bridge pickup. So again, very, very chimey. Position 2, let's see what we got here. I need to look at my cheat sheet. We've got bass on the bridge pickup, middle here. Okay, treble strings on the middle pickup. And the most intriguing to me is the bridge pickup, because what we have here is the treble strings on your bridge, just like you would on a Strat, very, very bright, but combined with the bass strings on your neck. So sounds literally coming from, very, very far apart. So you're gonna get huge, full low end with like really bright, chimey treble. So let's plug it in, see what these things sound like. So today we'll be plugging into my Hughes & Kettner GM Deluxe 40. Let's plug in and take a listen to some tones. All right, so it still sounds like a Strat, and that's a good thing because these are Stratocaster pickups. But there's something slightly different about each one of those positions that I think if somebody handed me this guitar without any explanation, I wouldn't really be able to put my finger on, except for maybe position 1, where suddenly you have like tons of low end on your bridge pickup that shouldn't be there. When you go to a bridge pickup on a Strat, you have almost no low end, and that's why I think a Tele pickup just kicks butt over a Strat pickup. Strat pickup's thin and bright. Tele pickup has all the brightness, but a ton of low end to go with. And this kind of equalizes it out. I think that bridge pickup sounds fantastic. You got all this big low end from, that little mini coil on your neck pickup with all the brightness of your bridge, almost Tele-like. So I'm happy to say these pickups handle gain really well. So what we're gonna do is dial in sort of a lead tone on the Hughes & Kettner, and I'm gonna try to show you guys how the bass frequencies don't actually change when you go from your neck to your bridge, which is very different because they both share, this half neck pickup. When you're in the bridge, it's these two. When you're in your neck, it's these two. So obviously you'll hear a difference in treble frequencies as it goes from the middle pickup to the bridge, but the bass should remain the same, which gives you a nice full, kind of creamy lead tone. So let's take a listen to that. I'm gonna start in the neck and then move to the bridge. And yeah, let's listen to those bass frequencies and hopefully they'll sound the same. So here are my final thoughts and recommendations on these pickups. Number one, if you're looking for Strat type tones, but with a twist, these are a great way to go. Number two, if you play with a lot of gain, these pickups have a huge advantage. Namely, they're noiseless in all 5 positions, which is quite a wiring feat when you think about how, these little mini coils are mixed and matched. The guys have figured out a way to make all 5 positions noiseless. So use as much gain as you want. You're not gonna, cause any 60 cycle hum. They're nice and quiet. Now for me personally, I definitely favored the neck position, which is these 2 coils, and the bridge position, which is these 2 coils. I sort of felt like that gave you the best that a Strat has to offer. Lots of body, but a little chime, and tons of cutting high end, but with reinforced low end. Really cool stuff. Now I kind of missed position 2 and position 4 on the Strat. Maybe that's just because, I've played on them for so many years that I just have that sound in my head. When I go to position 4, I expect it to sound a certain way. So maybe I just need to relearn that. But I definitely loved position 1 and 5 better. And the middle positions, usable tones for sure, but kind of missing those classic Strat tones. So there you guys go. That was a quick look at the S&S Winding bipolar pickup set. I'll put all of their information in the video description below. You can click there and find, all the specs and how to order and all that stuff. That'll be down in the video description below. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Hope you enjoyed this demo. You can check out the t-shirts in the video description below, and all the information on the pickups, as I mentioned, will be down there as well. Have yourself a great week. We'll see you next time.